This is Michi Hoyer, this is Avid Chronic Racing, and this is the next race into the iRacing Formula Renault 2.5, as I need to clean up the desk a little bit, sorry for that. Formula Renault 2.0 around Road America right here. So we had a good race today already, and I'm looking forward to, well, it's hard to say to have an even better one. Coming second in the top split in that one race is actually quite good. But you have already heard something. That is Robert being here with me. I'm really delighted that he joins me for another race. Hey Robert, how you doing there?
I'm delighted right now because I couldn't join the previous session and I really wanted to. As you know, I was really vague about this in the chat, but here I am. You can welcome you guys. I can welcome you guys to the stream, and I will hope this stream will be as entertaining and as educational as it can.
Yeah, so we are looking already forward into that race coming up right there in a very short time actually. So practice session is already on. Oh, William, he is no troublemaker, trust me. There's no trouble at all, really. So yeah, we're into that session, and we're gonna soon get out for practice. As I'm looking into the current track conditions, which is 33 degrees. Kinda hot to me still. It's not the race session though, because that will just start in a good 20-minute time. But anyway, I'm going to get ready for this event right there.
Also, William, I'm not troublemaker. I'm a fire starter.
Well, it's actually the same in the end, though. Getting your humor there, though.
It just sounds better when you're fire starter than troublemaker.
Well, trouble is made anyway, but as you can see, stuff is doing great. So I'm just gonna load up my set, which is still the old one. And yay, this time there is no graphical glitch on that screen. And if you guys could just give me some feedback whether Robert is good to hear while I'm racing this Formula Renault.
And as usual, I'm really hopeful that I'm not really that audible, actually.
Speaking about being audible, you're not audible at all, I think. So I need to get on that.
Good. That's actually really good.
Thing right there, that should be alright right now. So let's get serious practice in. And this is going to be a very fun evening, I think. I'm already getting a little bit tired, and I do have the race right now, and I will have another race in the sim racing system together with Sean. 3 AM my time. So I'm gonna do the Raw before 24 on the day before the Daytona 24-hour race. Just on a little different schedule, I think. Nah.
Courtney, the funny thing is that I'm older than Michi.
Now you guys are scared, aren't you? As I would like to welcome everyone here on the stream. Thank you for being here, thank you for coming over from the sim pit. And for those of you guys who were not running with us on the sim pit, thank you for joining anyway. So I hope there is some good race to come up. Gonna be a tough one, really. those 15 laps around this circuit feels like being ages. And you can get it wrong so often.
Also, I already gonna say I'm sorry in advance for any odd sound that you may hear of someone scrubbing against something. It would be me scrubbing my beard, which is actually starting to grow quite a lot, and it's itching like hell.
Speaking of beer, don't drink and drive. However, I will get myself up a coffee in the next time I crash the car.
I've got tea because I want to rebrand myself as a healthy guy, which I eventually will fail, but at least I'm trying to be at least half fake.
Yeah, you're at least trying to be healthy. That's great.
I said half fake, not healthy. Close enough.
I understood half fake.
Yeah, that's right, Courtney. Michael is totally right. Michi is 25. At least to be totally sure about this age, we would have to cut Michi in half and count the layers. Like
I'm not a tree. I'm not a tree. I might look like a tree, but I'm not a tree.
Like a pine tree.
Nah, not really. Sorry to disappoint you there. I'm a so-called human being.
Yet another dream of my life done and dusted.
Burst in
I'm not
tears.
really even disappointed.
At some point we probably, during the mid-year, we do have to do a session all about being on jokes. Rather than racing.
Well, if you really want me to be unchained, you know that it might go
That goes on well. The good thing about this guy, he is joking all the way. So even his hustling is a joke. Everything alright? Take a snap of beer.
Yeah.
And there you go.
I'm getting better and better with each second, I think. At least if I die, I'm gonna die famous, because it's gonna be live. The way to die as a celebrity.
Very true. Very true.
In front of a really cool audience, really cool fans. Oh, William, that's actually a good point. Michi might not be a tree, but he might be an onion with layers.
No.
But yeah, what I was about to say, if I was totally unchained with my jokes and everything, it might go down the whole video within maybe 3-4 seconds of it being up. So it's really risky for me to be completely unchained.
Better don't be unchained then. Would appreciate if you aren't. Because I don't want to get my videos being blocked. That will mean you guys not being able to rewatch what happens right here. Not really sure if I want to rewatch what happens right here in the end anyway, but as I can see George Weissman being here, so with George Weissman this time, I think not being on the chat on the YouTube, but being in the iRacing, same race with me. Let's see whether he will be in the same split with me. Racing against him, it's gonna be interesting to see. So anyway, quick look at the setup. Everything is set right there. Probably need to be the pressures up again, since now temperature is a lot lower, like 10 degrees less.
Oh yeah, we need to go higher on pressures.
That's probably the reason why the car felt so sloppy.
Yeah, actually in iRacing, tire pressures have huge effect on how the car handles, so that's actually a really good way to balance a car when you are out of options on any other adjustment on a car.
I agree. So let's see, really looking forward to post in. There should be a 204 should be possible in those conditions, really, in my opinion.
Is 204. Go a bit higher than this. Let's go for 1.56 or maybe 54. Why not?
Why not going for 1 second lap time?
Nah, nobody could do this. But you, we are talking about you. So 156, totally doable.
Who said that?
Well, the guy behind me. But I'm not going to turn around because as soon as I do, he's gonna kill me. That's always the case in horror movies. As soon as you turn around, you are dead.
Are we currently sitting in a horror movie or an iRacing? Well, it could be a horror movie still. If I remember 2 races ago.
That's the attitude that I really want to see. But I really need to recap on the previous stream that you did with Sean. I was really pleased. It was music to my ears to hear him say that the car is actually getting better and better with each adjustment that I've forwarded him through you. It's always a real pleasure for an engineer to hear these words coming out from a driver, which are, the car is great. As soon as I hear that, I'm in heaven.
Same here.
Nirvana, baby. Nirvana.
And I really was impressed by Sean's consistency. That really blew me away. Like,
He was
posted
really
in
good.
low 39s, like he has never done anything else in his life. As I'm getting finally firm with Road America, really. Feeling better race by race. Gonna do that kind of racing for tomorrow and the weekend as well. So not just the 24 hours of Daytona will be on. Will also be me here in the Formula Renault. Also racing.
We have to split my duties between Sean and you.
Yeah, same here, really.
Who's gonna have a spot for Sean when he's gonna be racing?
Me and Steam King.
Ah.
Steam King is gonna look out for traffic. I'm gonna look out for performance. So that duty is shared.
And for you guys, for information, I will be there mostly to be in a way to just keep on being annoying, so the usual stuff.
Like you've done never anything else on your life. Alright, you were right. 204.1. That's a great start to this practice session. Car balance is great, really. The tire pressure thing worked. Not sure if it's already maxed out, but currently I feel in a very good condition with the car.
Really great. But I actually could even say that if anything, we could maybe try get it a bit more oversteer. I mean, I'm not saying that we want it to be oversteer, I'm just saying we're just gonna be moving the balance more towards oversteer. Oh, as soon as I say that, you spin. So my theory goes to bin. Thanks
Well,
for that.
I was too late on the brake. Still too much trail braking into that turn. The only thing where I could have a little bit more turn would be the downhill ever never ending right-hander. The one that's
carousel.
Yeah, carousel. That would be the only way where I would love to have a little bit better front end so I can get out faster out of carousel.
Actually having a bit higher rear tire pressure is gonna help you with that.
Well, I do not want to sacrifice the handling itself of the car currently, because it really feels good. Like it was just me doing a mistake right there. Other than that, I feel like being very fine. I'm not anxious that the rear end might step out on me. But you would still increase the rear end pressures a little bit. Was it that?
Okay.
Well, would you recommend so?
Maybe we should go one click higher on rear tire pressures, just to make you rotate a bit better at that carousel corner.
Okay, let's see.
Is the least that you can do to a car to improve a balance throughout that corner without breaking the car entirely with all the changes that you could do. Also, in previous race, did you feel that your wing setting is at the right spot for defending, for overtaking and so on?
Yes.
Or did you feel?
Yes. I mean, I was racing against, I think you saw that race, but I was racing against someone having considerably high wings. And for that occasion it was just perfect. Someone else that's running on similar wings, I don't really know. I mean, I have had a hard time getting rid of that guy in the corner section right starting after that turn 5 I'm approaching right now. I could not get rid of him until after carousel, if I was far enough. So that is one issue. Other than that, I'm totally fine.
But actually, someone in the chat was right about saying that there will be a fair fight with Sean and Michi team, because he's gonna be racing in a 24-hour race as well.
Yeah, there's gonna be quite some famous audience, and there will be quite some famous racers in that event, I think.
Yeah, and he's gonna be racing at my friend's team, Vendebal. His team has been merged with Bushfing Racing for that race to create Team Venda Bush. So that's the team that the Nicky team will be racing with. So that's the team we should actually look for in our split. And if it's there, then we're gonna have an epic fight between Sean and Nicky. Michi Hoyer Racing will be basically ACR Zakspeed Racing.
right there. Oops.
You mean you mean Michi won't be racing in that race? No,
Nope.
Michi won't be racing in that race. He's gonna only spectate and engineer for you guys on the team. Already 30 people registered for the race, so
Yeah,
it's
gonna be 2 splits.
Uh-huh. And
Maverick
I wonder which split you will be in.
I don't want to be arrogant or something, but I would wonder myself a lot if it is not the top split. I mean,
yeah.
really, I was racing top splits 3 or 4 hours ago, so I expect myself to be there again. I hope, actually.
And were you P2 or P3 at the end?
P2.
Because I can't remember. Okay.
The reason why I'm not racing in a 24-hour race is, honestly, I was scheduled to be out of town for that weekend, and that just changed like 2 or 3 days ago. So Michael, do you refer about how many people we have racing in Average Chronic Racing? That would be around 80 right now, so 80 people on the team.
He probably means how many people will be designated for the 24-hour race.
Oh, that's 8 or 9 of them. So the actual race session is now ready to be raced. I felt okay with the car balance there in the back. Oh, let's
That's
see.
really good.
I'm not too
Also,
sure whether
guys... Yeah, come on.
I'm gonna make it down to the to the temperature we will have in the race session right there now. Because if that is higher, I'm gonna go lower with the pressure in the rear end. Because now the car really felt to be on edge.
Yeah.
And
whatever makes you feel more comfortable with
yeah,
this.
probably I will go down with the thing anyway, with the pressures, because I just felt being very happy with a little less pressure in the back.
I do my best, Michael. I do my best. But also, guys, there will be some people that you might know from other places too, racing for us during that 24-hour race. So stay tuned, and maybe you will spot some of them being there.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be some very interesting names on there, as Robert just mentioned. And make sure to follow the www.facebook.com/avidchronicracing page. Make sure to be around, stay tuned for the latest news. There will be a driver's announcement for the 24-hour race tomorrow, for the actual race start. We will be streaming some footage of the event. Some will be on my stream, some of that will be on the official Average Chronic Racing channel. That can also be found in the description of this video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe. Get your friends to the show. Would love to see you guys getting in some famous people in here. Or get your friends in here, having a good time all together, enjoying some racing.
Yeah. Also, William, Michael, That's actually true. Because with my ex, I had to actually develop a mind-reading technique. Because whenever I asked her what was the problem, she just went all either take a wild guess or nothing. So for me, it was either suck it up or develop a mind-reading technique. So, and since I like challenges in my life, I went with mind reading technique development, and here I am. It's really useful. And just like this, I can tell you guys that Michi is thinking about picturing his audience to be naked because he's so stressed out that he's using this technique to ease off some stress. As you know, picturing your audience naked actually relieves you from some stress that you have.
You guys gonna see my facial expression? There you go.
That only proves my point.
No.
Yeah, it does. And your denial only double proves my point.
Like, beaten dogs will bark. No. Seriously not. Anyway, that's the outlap for my qualifying session. So I tried to focus a bit, hit my marks, get in a good starting grid position. I said good, not bad.
Actually, that talent actually is quite useful when you have a wife or mother-in-law. Having a selective hearing is really useful thing to have. So kudos for you. Kudos to you.
Yeah, Gonzo. You learn everything, or you learn anything on our stream. Sometimes it's about racing, sometimes it's about life, or science, or whatever.
But you know, guys, aliens. It's all about aliens. So take out your tinfoil hats and let's begin.
That is a mid 204 only. Can do better.
Yeah, especially in last sector, but your first sector was actually on the money. Well, the car looks good, but you shouldn't tell me that, because I've had no influence over what the car was gonna look like, so that's actually another guy from a team that made this beautiful skin for us. And you guys know when your channel is on the right road to become actually successful. It's exactly when you start seeing some people coming and trolling and hating on the show. That's exactly the moment when you can say that the show is actually starting to get somewhere. So we really welcome yet another guide, which really helps our cause with his comments. So welcome, have a great time.
Come on. Yes. P3 for right now. Just missing out 20 thousandths in order to make it towards P2. But I'm happy so far, really.
Me too. Car looks okay. You were driving quite okay. Everything looks quite okay. But this guy on the P1, dude, he's 1 second faster than you. That's actually.
Yeah, he must have some iRacing I won't ever be able to imagine, probably.
Oh, with my help, nothing is impossible. It's a shame that we don't have this recorded fake laughs in the background, or crickets. Actually,
Oh, see, George
think of it,
Weissman.
I'm gonna work on a soundboard with crickets and sounds and everything else. It would play beautifully on some streams.
Just make sure I won't hear it.
I'll try. Not. Oh, of course, of course.
Well, guys, since I got the chance right there, looks like it's going to P3. George Weissman with me in the same split. Well done to him to come in 7th. Interesting to race with him here on the same channel and on the same server. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining here. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the like button. If you hate me, make sure to hit the unlike button. I appreciate that as well. And other than that, tell your friends, get them on the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. As you can see down in the bar, there is my target for the 20th of February, on which I need to hit 1,000 in order to stay on the program, on the YouTube partnership program. So I really want to do that. And I do need some of your support there, and the support I'm already getting is overwhelming to me and is really great. So I try to keep up the good things. Speaking of keeping up, we're standing on the grid here in P3, and I hope to have a good and clean race right now. We're waiting for the lights to come on. There they are.
Hello, James. Long time no see. This guy's in a hurry.
Oh yeah. How did that guy on the pole score the pole really? He's all over the place. But he's just going super fast.
Hacks.
Guy behind definitely raises high wings, I think.
We never know, but it sort of looks like it. But yeah, like we discussed some time ago, some people that are really quick on hot laps are not really able to replicate their pace during races, so no issue there. Don't worry, James, it was all okay. We just missed some fun, but you can watch it later on YouTube. Okay, good. Those guys gonna fight each other right now, so we'll have a breather.
Pace of the guy ahead is staggering though. Holy moly.
Just remind yourself that you must not look at him when you are racing, because you're gonna just replicate his mistakes if he does one.
Yeah, I'm aware, thanks. Just trying to do my own stuff right there. He's gonna be out of sight pretty soon anyway, so I'm focused on my lines, on my marks, trying to hit them.
The correct approach. Michael, that was golden. You tell him not to read the chat, and you notice him in a chat. Do not read the chat. That was actually really cool. The turn one was actually really good.
Thanks.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's some glitching going up ahead.
It almost seemed like this guy just jumped. 4 wheels up.
Yeah, and it happens again on approach to turn 5. He's glitching. Or it's my internet that's glitching, I hope it's not mine.
No. I don't know, if it was yours, the whole stream would be...
I agree. Robert, you did an outstanding job working on the setup there the other day with me. After we hit that all together, I'm feeling very, very comfortable.
Good. It's too hard. Well, I'm not here to be helpful actually, so mission accomplished. So checkmate.
What's annoying me already again is that I got noted 4 incidents on approach to turn 5 lap 1.
It was due to the contact with the guy at the beginning that was really in a hurry.
Yeah, well I tapped in on braking, so I moved over a bit, so I'm alright. Just not sure whether it has to be 4 times.
Plus iRacing being iRacing.
I agree. Well, in a bad scenario it could have shut us both off, despite the fact we did not have had hard contact. Race pace is looking good though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if that's the case, Alexander, then it's even more stupid than I thought. I really believe that iRacing should revise their penalty system.
May you explain?
Basically, Alexander said that. Let me tell you what he said. If you have contact as 0x and either of you gets some other incident, then it goes to 4x. So basically, if you don't do anything really bad closely to the incident that you had with the other guy, is going to stay 0x. But if you had some incident close to the incident with the other guy, it goes automatically to 4x.
So nothing in between, full or nothing.
Pretty much. Peter, well, we would love to race other cars on this track as well in the future, but right now we are focusing our attention on Formula Renault 2.0, which is really cool car once you actually get to know it quite well and have a setup which actually works with you and not against you, and which we sort of feel that we accomplished doing so. And guys, really, I'm sorry for my voice tonight. I'm just trying to be really quiet. It's basically 2 a.m. already, so I can't really shout into my microphone. So I'm almost whispering to my mic.
Which actually brings up the moment of deja vu when I would be around at that time not racing, because usually I do not race at this time due to my mom sleeping, but mom is out of town, so I'm having a happy time.
Could you rephrase that, please?
Nope.
Yeah,
just for the sake of you not having fun. I could not rephrase this, I'm sorry. Come on, Michi.
Well, actually with a proper microphone like a Blue Yeti or any other pro microphone, and if I spend some time actually working on my voice, because I have when I'm fully working my voice, I'm not having such a bad voice actually. I could do some ASMR, I believe that's how it's spelled.
Alright, some oversteer now creeps into the car. Hope to be alright though.
Horse whisper. Hello everyone, and welcome to a new setup whisper.
Well, I want to come back to the start of the stream where we were talking about horror shows. There you go. Mind whispering monster. I don't know. I'm just trolling.
But basically, guys, whenever we don't have anything to comment on setup wise, we need to sort of find some entertainment for us, because for Michi it's actually just focusing on racing, which is totally fine, but I have not really much to do, so I need to find some fun stuff to do. That's why I'm trying to interact with you guys in such a way. That's just me. That's just me being me, actually. So there you go. I must be somewhat useful if they haven't fired me already, so there you go. Maybe I'm actually worth something. Nah.
Stop trolling.
If I can't troll, can I orc? Or can I zombie?
iZombie is a good series you can watch on TV.
Is it something like True Blood, but with zombies?
Don't know.
Are there any hot chicks?
The actual actor is hot, but she's a zombie.
Oh yeah. So there's gonna be one cold lady.
Yep. I'm trying, William. I'm trying. He
Exactly like
must
my ex.
have done some mistake, but difficult for me to really capitalize on it.
Basically, Michi, right now you are in no man's land. You are nowhere near getting the guy at the front, nowhere near from being attacked from the guy at the back. You just need to keep it on track and don't crash.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually trying to achieve.
William, it's Pokemon. And My Little Pony.
Not the unicorn? I was amazed that they didn't do a Pokemon being like a unicorn.
James, how he does it. Basically, he just got used to me being me with all the shenanigans, and also experience of racing on a high level for years. It also helps. And also being a really skilled driver, which Michi actually is, contributes to him being able to drive somewhat fast without any mistakes and still be able to talk like it's nothing, like it's a Sunday's drive. No way! Ted is here.
Hmm?
Ted is here. You remember the poop guy? The rainbow and the unicorn guy, poop?
Yeah.
He's back.
Coincidence?
I don't think so.
Basically, to fully answer the question Robert was just referring at, if you have the ability to focus on the main thing and put off the distraction by the environment or by other things going around, that's when you come into the zone, like racing, making racing look like a Sunday's drive. Because you just turn off like 5% of concentration towards talking or anything, and all the other thing goes to your eyes on the road. And I'm sorry for you guys to not have that much entertainment going on racing wise, but currently I'm really happy about that, because an uneventful race is probably the race where you are operating at your maximum. And for me that's currently really the case. Nope.
Assassin. You mean, William, you mean assassin? Or you meant something else? It depends. I might consider that request, but since you've been so helpful towards us, I'm gonna agree and keep quiet. That's actually a really interesting thing. I just was loading up my, charging my phone on my bed, and it already recorded 47 steps taken. So it's either my phone drew some legs, or I have a ghost in my room, and I should be worried. And should I be worried that the ghost, if it's the ghost, is actually taking my phone and maybe looking at it? I should be scared what he's gonna find there.
Michi Racing is gonna find.
About that. Let's not go too far with assumptions what he's gonna find, because we might go too far with it, as we already saw in a chat when people were wondering if you had two brains.
I have two half brains, getting one together. Usually humans have that.
The problem is, if you have two brains, where is the second one at?
Yeah, a cat accesses to everything. That's actually true, Peter. Love my cat though, despite the fact she's trolling. Don't go wide.
Oh, really good advice, Alexander. That's actually helpful. So I'm gonna be really careful. I will be really careful and try not to sneeze or cough on my phone, so it won't get any virus.
What a flat joke that was.
I know. I'm a king of dry jokes. That's why I wanted to have a soundboard with crickets on that soundboard.
Cat's name is her facial expression. Lucky. Happy, whatever.
Just name it cat. It won't even respond whatever you call it, so it doesn't really matter what it's called.
Well, theoretically, cat should not react on the name being called at it. Truth is though, it does. Why did that rear end come in now?
Maybe your cat was behind it.
Nope.
You may never know.
Hey Miss Figures, good evening to you as well. Thanks for joining. Oh, another off track. Unnecessary. Come on. I always get my 6 incidents together around here. It's ridiculous. I could crawl up the license so good to make it soon into a more safer zone. Like having C4 dot something could already be there if I would not be so stupid.
William, I never use these things. I also like to live my life dangerously.
Anyway, if a VPN can be hacked as well, so I mean, of course it says it's unhackable, but do you really trust it? NSA can hack it, so can everyone else. Join the conspiracy.
My answer to all this: just kick back, drink coffee, and watch Michi. That's the only thing that you need to do in your entire life, every day. That's my advice.
And to you guys, there's more racing action to come tonight. There's the Sean Cole Sim Racing System Series on Assetto Corsa and the McLaren F1 GTR. I'm gonna race that badass car in about 35 minutes, so right after I shoot off here, I'm gonna fiddle stuff around and try to join in that sim racing system thing. Get the setup, roll in some laps, and probably do a lot of learning in 20 minutes race.
Kurt, yes, that is true. And yet again we hear about yet another version of new tire model being launched somewhere in this year, and it is said to be yet another revolution, and every other adjective that can be used to describe it. So what I'm saying is we will see.
And Alexander, thanks for the question. It's currently 2:26 AM.
Same for me. We are neighbors.
At least country-wise. After the race of sim racing system with Sean Coles, probably around 4 AM, I'm gonna go to bed, sleep damn long, and then be waking up around noon, short afternoon, maybe do another race in the Formula Renault, before then getting the team and myself prepared for the 24 hours of Daytona tomorrow. Weekend full of racing.
Yep. And I don't know if you are aware, but I haven't slept even 1 minute yesterday, so I'm actually running on, I don't know what I'm running on right now actually, but it's a good stuff.
Alright.
I want some more of it.
Final lap of the race. Thanks for hanging out so long with me, guys. I know it's kinda boring to watch me drive in a race continuously, but as I said, for me personally, that is a very good race.
Yeah, it's a shame that sometimes races are like this, boring without any real action. We only had some action on the first lap, and afterwards it was pretty boring. So,
well,
yeah.
Right now
it's
a good change.
It's actually a good thing, because few other races, I don't know, 2 days ago I believe, were
even today
they were really entertaining for people to watch for many reasons, but for Michi they were not so amusing at all.
No, they were hard work defending all over the place. I kept it considerably well though, always staying in front, but as I said, it's a good change to like just sit in here, and if you don't hit your perfect marks right now, it some sort of does not really matter, because as you can see, guy ahead is gone in 12 seconds, guys behind in 5 seconds, so decent gaps everywhere. So it's just cruising home, so to say. I'm not even close to the limit.
Michi, there is a question. What time will be the race with Sean tomorrow?
The 24-hour race starts at 1400 GMT, which is 6 AM Pacific Standard Time for you guys, or 9 AM on the East Coast. Sean's first stint will be around 2050 my time, which is I believe to say 1150 Pacific Standard Time for Sean, and his further stints will be around 10 past 1 AM Central European Time and 4:10 AM Central European Time. That's gonna be the duties for Sean Cole. So it's gonna be yet another night shift. So from now on, even another three and a half hours for me to be around. So actually, this is a good practice already for tomorrow. Still being awake, get your brain in, being ready to compete on the highest level. Just being aware mentally. As I'm really happy with that race, I have to say. I thought it would be a lot more difficult to score in another second place right there, and now fingers crossed that this has been the top split, and I'm really curious about knowing what the top guy had in terms of iRating, because I do think he had some 4,000 or 5,000 plus, and then I'm totally allowed to lose out against him.
I'm expecting around maybe 80 to 95 gained of iRating.
If it was the top split, clearly yes. Race session is not processed yet. As I do need to.
There are still some guys finishing the race, so.
Yeah, I do believe so too. Yeah, thank you very much, Gonzo. Nevertheless, I had some incident right at the beginning that costed me a lot of. I don't want to say nerves. That's simply wrong, but that costed me a lot of incident rating. As I see, Assetto Corsa is up to date. So as soon as I go offline here, I reassemble some things, set up a new stream, which then will be live. I'm not too sure. I want to make it live as soon as the practice session pops in, which should be short before 3 AM. Probably should do some practice even before. So maybe I need to think about how to really do this. Anyway, guys, bear with me, and I'm gonna be back live on that channel pretty soon. As I said, within the next 30 minutes, that's for sure. And now I'm just waiting for this session to be finally processed. And I want to have a look into Assetto Corsa thing here. So I got already a set. Someone helped me out on that one because I have no clue about the cars. So I really need to get in touch with the car first. To then build a race set. I cannot do that in 10 minutes time. So happily I was helped out already. William, because I have...
Because he's Michi Hoyer.
Yeah.
That's your answer.
I have no haven't had any iRacing activity before November last year, and I'm still learning on that sim on iRacing. And if you just go 2 or 3 days back, you will see myself having a hard time being in P10 in the same split, struggling with pace. I'm just not yet ready to like simply hop in and do as fast as other people do, which is a shame. But I'm on my way to there a little bit more, so I hope to see myself a little bit more up regularly, and therefore also gaining on the iRating. I was very much around those 2,200, 2,100 for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I had one good race, one bad race, one good race, one bad race. So at the end of the day, always the change was like 0. Right, session is processed. I already can see a good impact, and you were right. Strength of field wasn't that good though. However, 2,100 on the iRating, strength of field. It was the top split though. And here you can see the guy ahead. I thought he would be really good, but his iRating was just like 3,000. However, the guy behind me had an iRating of 4,500 and was nowhere near as quick. So iRating sometimes does not really display the real strength. However, we gained an plus 81 on iRating because of the P3 guy being behind us, which is great. Despite all the incidents, we gained some license rating, which is great as well. So all in all, that's a good race. That's a very good result for today's iRacing activity. 2 clean races, 170 iRating gained. So that's clearly way to go for my ambitions.
And yeah, take care, Michael. Have a good one.
Anyway, guys, I would like to thank you very, very much for being around. Make sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Thanks, Robert, for help, for keeping me a little bit updated and for keeping me focused and awake, of course. Hope you enjoyed it yourself as well.
Sure, that's the only reason why I'm actually up and running and not in my bed sleeping, and I'm really glad that I'm not in my bed and here with you, because it's been a blast for me, like usual.
Thank you very much indeed on that words, really charming. And George Weissman coming into P6, great job by him as well. P6 is a reasonable good finish, I think, in the top split. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope to be seeing you back in good 25 minutes time when there's sim racing system race around Imola and the McLaren F1 GTR on Assetto Corsa, and I hope to see you in see you there back again. Thank you.
Bye bye.